Hi guys, it's Holly here at Faces, and today I'm sat with the gorgeous Elle Jean from Elle Jean Aesthetics. Elle, thank you so much for coming on and speaking with me today on the podcast.
Thank you for asking me. I'm excited to be asked to come on.
Oh, you're more than welcome. So, just to kick things off, let's start with talking a bit about your business. So, how did you get into the aesthetics industry? Where did it start for you? And how have you built your business to where it is today?
Okay, so my business is called Elle Jean Aesthetics, and I'm an advanced aesthetics practitioner. I own a salon in Livingston called Hot Since 99. And I first started out by doing lash extensions, which is where I built a really big, loyal, trusting client base. And I was always fascinated by all things aesthetic treatments. I've been getting aesthetic treatments ever since I was 18 years old. So it's always been something that's really interested in me. And I decided that that would be something that I would like to take a career path in. So I started researching different courses, and in January 2022, after months of studying and doing a lot of theory work, I travelled down south and I attended a course for 8 days, which I learned basic anti-wrinkle treatment and standard lip filler technique. So, due to already having the client base that I'd built up throughout the years, they trusted me and I managed to build up a lot of clientele and build up my experience. And things have just took off ever since, to be honest. It was May this year that I opened my own salon in Livingston, West Lothian, and business has been booming ever since.
Amazing. Oh, that's so good that it's just all been smooth sailing by the sounds of things, which is fantastic.
Yeah,
I
it's been
think
amazing.
when I speak to people like yourself who started off in the beauty industry doing like nails, lashes, beauty treatments, it's a natural progression, isn't it, for you? It's a chance for you to just upskill yourself. But like you said, you've got the client base there. So, you've worked hard to build the relationships with those clients. So I suppose they were probably just more excited than anything when you started training in other treatments. Is that right?
Yeah, definitely. And the area which I live in, I feel like I broke into the industry just at the perfect time because there was a few big names based in West Lothian. However, it wasn't very saturated at all. So there
Yeah.
was a bit more of a gap in the market. And the age range of the clientele that I already had, this was right down their street, was something that everyone was already getting things done. So they were really excited when I announced that I was going to start doing
Yeah.
aesthetics.
Amazing. So obviously you started off doing your lip fillers and anti-wrinkle injections.
Yeah.
What have you just like built your business since then in terms of adding more treatments on and training and things? What are you sort of finding is most popular at the moment?
So yeah, ever since then I've been on probably about maybe 12 different courses since
Yeah.
then. I've tried a lot of different courses with different people. I've done a lot of master classes. I've since done two further complications courses.
Mhm.
I love learning, so I really, really like going to do the courses, and I like traveling, meeting new people as well in the industry. It's good to speak with other people who are in the industry, even if they are from down south or not from where I'm from, whatever.
Yeah.
It's really good to go on these courses and things. I feel like you come across some really good people that you can learn a lot from.
Yeah.
But the treatments that I'd say are definitely the most popular, lip filler will always be number one, I'd say.
Yeah.
Um, but I am seeing quite a big increase in people who are wanting to dissolve their lip filler and start from scratch,
Yes. I feel like
which,
Molly May did that. It's everyone's
yes,
wanting to. But also, like with regards to that, I first got lip filler when I was 18, so just like
uh,
yourself, and I'm 28 now. And like I've had my filler dissolved a couple years ago, but it gets to the point where it just needs it, doesn't it? So if you
yeah,
think if
totally.
everyone started getting filler around that same time, which is sort of when the Kylie Jenner phase was, it does mean that, around now, at least people should be wanting to, start again.
Yeah, definitely. I do feel like if you're going to commit to getting lip filler, not just with lip filler, with any type of facial filler, to be honest, I feel like if you are going to be building that up, you do really need to commit to every so often starting a complete fresh. Especially with different trends that come and go right now, Russian lips is massive.
Yeah.
And to create the perfect Russian technique, ideally you want virgin lips, lips that have never been touched before. So a lot of people are deciding to go down that route, dissolve, and then 4 weeks later get refilled with a Russian technique.
Yeah.
I feel like people are now realizing that your lips don't need to be overfilled, they don't need to be migrated, and like you can just have a nice natural looking shape, and you don't also need to maybe add as much filler as what people think that they need.
Yeah, 100%. I feel like when it comes to clients, obviously clients' knowledge on treatments in the industry is growing because of social
Yes.
media, but there's still this whole zero point 0.5 lips, 1 mil lips, and clients don't really know what that means. Like they just
No.
see it online, and it's so much more than just a measurement. It's the technique. It's really looking at that individual's anatomy and also their requirements as well, and make it for you to make that decision and advise them. But I think
Totally.
I think as well, these days, clients want to find that practitioner that they can sort of trust with everything and build
Totally.
that relationship. So I know that, let's say I'd had my lips on a few years ago, then I found a new practitioner that I wanted to start working with from all of my treatments. That would kind of make me want to start again as well, because I'd be thinking I
Yeah.
want them to like do their thing. I don't want it to be
Yeah.
like a mixture of loads of people's work.
Totally. I feel like I've definitely seen a lot of that happening. People have maybe came for one treatment and then decided, I like the way that you work, or even if they just have a really, really good first experience. I think that's the main thing when clients are coming into you for the first time. You want to make sure that you've ran through everything with them. They're feeling confident when they leave, that you've provided them with the correct aftercare, that you're going to be on hand to help them. And because of that, I would say majority of my clients, they are returning for something, whether it be just top ups or whether it's to try out new treatments. I think I've managed to gain my clients' trust also, in the sense of sometimes I will get people coming to me asking me to do things which I don't necessarily feel like they either need or that would look good on them.
Yeah.
Where other practitioners in the past have maybe carried out treatments just because the client has asked for them, when maybe that's not the best thing that they need.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's your duty of care as a practitioner to say no at times, like you say, because everybody looks in the mirror and they see something which someone else might not even see. And I think particularly when it comes to aesthetic treatments, it can very easily become too much when it, like with dermal filler, you can step the line quite easily, can't you?
Yeah.
And I think as well, it's a trust thing, isn't it? I would want somebody to say no to me if I thought I wanted a treatment or thought I needed a treatment.
Yeah,
Because at the end of the day as well, the clients that you're servicing are your advertisement. You don't want
exactly.
them to look overfilled or like they've had too much of a certain treatment, because they're literally advertising your work
Yeah.
by just existing.
Definitely. And I do feel like you mentioning social media before, a lot of clients are going on social media. They are seeing results from places, clinics that pop up on explore pages. And I think a big thing trying to get through to clients is not everything that they see on social media is exactly how it is.
Yeah.
There is a lot of unreal expectations that come from there. And I think it's very easy to compare yourself to other people and think, oh, I want to look like that. But a lot of the stuff that you see on socials, it's not necessarily how it is. You see a lot of practitioners, things like editing their photos.
Yeah.
I've seen that quite a lot. Or
Yeah.
even applying makeup to clients after they've carried out treatments, which
Yeah.
gives a really unrealistic expectation. So I've had to point that out to a few people. I've had clients come to me, I want lips like this. And I've had to show them, well, if you zoom right in, you can see that there's actually been makeup applied there. So it's not necessarily how they look in real life. So I
Yeah.
think social media plays a big part in clients coming to ask for certain things as well.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. Even when I'm scrolling through, I'm like, oh my God, like those lips look incredible.
Yeah.
Same thing. You're like, okay, that actually isn't what they look like in real life.
Yeah.
And I think, with cameras and editing softwares are extremely good these days.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, particularly when practitioners are doing things like that, like applying makeup. Also, that's not a safe thing to do at all. You're not meant to apply makeup after you've been injected anyway.
Yeah, well, that's what confuses me, because I don't get how you're giving your aftercare to your client, advising them to avoid makeup for at least 24 hours, but then applying it yourself. It is very bizarre, but I have noticed, I think it's quite like a trend almost just now on
Yeah.
social media. I'm seeing quite a lot of people doing it, and it's annoying because a client necessarily might not notice that.
Yeah, because if they've got their eyes closed and you know it's like, oh, just take a few pictures and they're wiping
Yeah,
and whatever, yeah, they might not even know. Plus, if
yeah,
it's the client, I'd be thinking, oh, so you don't actually like the way they look, so you're applying makeup.
yeah. Totally. I think it's just about being authentic, especially on social media, because then you're not going to get clients expecting things which you can't achieve. A big thing as well is if clients come in with a picture of something and they say, I want like this, is trying to explain to them that different factors come into play, like your anatomy. Not everyone, nobody's two sets of lips are the same to start off with. So
Yeah.
to get an exact result from a photo, it's never really normally achievable. You can go for the same sort of style and technique, but you may not achieve those exact results.
Yeah, exactly. But I think it's just how social media has sucked us all in and like,
Totally.
you know, influenced everyone and
Mm-hmm.
you know, it's crazy. I mean, that's a whole different conversation. We could go on for hours
Yeah,
about
totally.
that. But yeah, I think being authentic, like you said, being truthful to your clients, building those relationships, building that trust is just super, super, super important.
Yeah.
With regards to sort of other treatments, then obviously you said that you have done lots and lots of training. What
Mm-hmm.
treatments are you sort of looking at to train in the near future, or what are you sort of looking to add to your treatment list?
So I'm actually down south next month. I'm going to train in advanced Botox.
Amazing.
So advanced treatments just to offer a variety of different things to my clients. I've had a lot of people asking about lip flips, things like that.
Love a
So I'm
lip
quite
check.
excited
Love it.
because I have got a few fair clients who don't really want to get lip filler, but they want something.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to being able to start offering that. And I'm also training in advanced skin boosters as well.
Amazing.
Skin boosters is a really, really great treatment, really popular.
Love a
The results from that are just amazing as well.
yeah.
And again, I feel like that's one of those treatments that nobody necessarily is going to look at yet and notice that you've had something done, but they'll notice a difference in how you look.
Yes. Just brighter, healthy,
Yes.
plumper. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And
So
it
I'm
all
looking
goes hand
forward to being able to offer that as well. In the future, I definitely want to attend more masterclasses. I think you can't do enough of those.
yeah.
I've got a sort of list of different people that I'd like to attend their masterclasses. Some not even in the UK. I'd quite like to maybe travel abroad to do a
Yeah. And
couple
also
abroad.
that sounds really cool. It's like, oh, I've been to Italy to train with
Yeah,
Dr. So and so. Like
yeah,
that is so impressive because it shows your clients that you want to be better, you want to learn more, you want to master your techniques.
yes, totally.
And you can just never educate yourself enough, can you, in this industry?
Totally agree. Totally agree. And I love learning new things. And I think that you can never go wrong with going and meeting these people. And a lot of the time they can give you just even good business advice in general. They're always very, very successful. So I think it's good to have connections like that in the industry and have people that can help you with the business side of things as well.
Yeah, because it can be a lonely industry, can't it? I mean, you know,
Totally.
you'll know more than anyone. You're a practitioner yourself and you've built your business from scratch. It can be a very tribal industry, very bitchy, as we all know, just like any industry, I guess, but
Yeah.
aesthetics, you know, is kind of known for that.
Yes.
So I think you're so right. Even just going and attending different training courses, meeting the students, you know, getting their WhatsApp, you know, following them, you know, just offering that support. I think, you know, everyone needs a bit of support every now and then with
Totally.
their business, even just some general like advice on a treatment. So I
Yeah,
think,
that's it.
yeah, growing that sort of community for yourself is super important. So I'm really glad you've highlighted that as well.
Yes.
So just moving on to the Faces app then. Obviously, you've used Faces for quite some time now.
Yes.
How has Faces helped run your business?
So Faces has helped to run my business. I'd say first and foremost, I've always used Faces ever since I first qualified. The course that I went on, they advised me use Faces. It's the best thing that you can use. Even just being able to have all my consent forms on my iPad, not needing to deal with any paper filing systems, because God knows how big a filing system I'd need to have if I had to do
It's
that.
like a full room.
Yeah, literally. So I love just having everything in one place. I think the app runs very, very smoothly. I think it's really easy to navigate. I love the fact that the consent forms that you need, they're preloaded on there and you can tweak them if you wanted to add or remove any questions. I like the fact that you can tailor it. And also, I love the prescription ordering system. I think that runs very, very smoothly. I think it's very easy to go on, see what you need. It's got a variety of pharmacies on there as well. So I find it very, very useful. And yeah, I think the app is just everything in one place that you need to run your business, that side of things.
Yeah, amazing. Oh, thanks, lovely. No, I agree with you. I'm not being biased, but
Yeah.
it's just, I say this all the time, but performing a treatment on your clients is the tiniest aspect to actually running your business.
Yes.
There's
100%.
accounts, there's managing your client's data, storing your client's
Mm.
data, ordering your products, doing your accounts, like everything that you don't get taught in your training course.
Yes.
So that is why we try and make it so that all you need is an app. You need your phone or
Yeah.
you need an iPad and everything you can do from there. So I'm so, so pleased that it's really had a positive impact on running your business.
I've really, really enjoyed using it. I think it's great. I can just sit my clients down with the iPad and their pen. And I love the fact that you input everything onto the consent form. So, say I had a client who first came to me when I qualified January 2022, I can still go on and see her before picture the very first time I done her lips, and I can store it on there. It's cleared up a lot of space on my phone doing that, because
Yeah,
otherwise my camera roll is just full of pictures of clients.
that's it. And God forbid if there was ever like an insurance claim or anything like that,
Mhm.
you're not scrolling through your camera roll trying to find these pictures. They are there
Exactly.
on the app. Obviously, you can take like the nice Instagram ones on your phone, but
Mhm.
the before and afters straight onto the consent form, time stamped, sorted.
Yeah.
And also like, you must have a really large client base now. So trying to remember what each client had and what the after the treatment, what it looked like must be really
Yeah.
difficult as well.
Yeah. It's really handy for that.
Yeah, amazing. So just finally, just to finish off then, Ellie, obviously we've had some announcements from the government regarding regulation, nothing set in stone as of yet, as we know, but they have released the traffic light system and they have also asked everybody to give their input and their thoughts on the industry in general. What are your personal views on what has been said?
So, to be honest with you, I think that this definitely was a long time coming. And I do think that the industry does need to be more regulated. I think it's tough when you're a non-medic in the industry, because you can be under a lot of scrutiny a lot of the time. And I think having these regulations in place, it will just make sure that it cuts out the people who maybe aren't practicing the way that they should be. I'm seeing a lot of practitioners offering anti-wrinkle treatments for very, very low prices, or in, to be honest, any other treatments for very low prices. And it does make you kind of question, what kind of products are they using,
Yeah.
what kind of qualifications they've got behind them. Because when you know yourself how much these products cost and what actually goes into being able to order these
Yeah.
products for your clients, you know yourself that you're not able to do an anti-wrinkle treatment for £80.
Yeah, because
Like
there's
that's
the product, which is more than that, but
exactly.
also the prescription as well.
Exactly, the fees that go on top of it. So I definitely think these regulations are going to be a positive thing. And if you are doing things by the book and all your qualifications are up to date, all your insurance is up to date, then realistically you shouldn't have any issues with it. I'm more than happy to comply to anything that needs done in order to pass those regulations, because I do think that it does need to be more regulated. I've seen a lot of clients coming to me with issues that practitioners aren't qualified to treat, to deal with. So I've actually had a couple people, I've done an emergency dissolve on behalf of another practitioner because she wasn't qualified in emergency dissolving, which is really concerning that you're able to carry out a dermal filler treatment without knowing how to use hyaluronidase properly to
Yeah,
dissolve it.
yeah. That's just like you're hoping for the best, that
Yeah,
everything's going to be fine.
yeah. And that concerns me a little bit as well, because I have had a few people like sort of doubting, oh well, you're not a medic, this and that, and it's trying to explain to them that granted I am in, but the amount of money and time and hard work that I've put into my business to make sure that I'm the best that I can be for my clients. I've got the best qualifications that I could get. And yeah, I feel like when these regulations are put into place, it will also give clients a bit of peace of mind. They will be able to put their trust in people a lot easier because they'll know that in order to be practicing, you need to be
Yeah,
have that regulation in place. Yeah.
yeah, 100%. I agree, because I think, you know, I've been getting treatments for a long time now, but if let's say I'd never had anything done and I was thinking about getting some treatments, I wouldn't even know where to start. I wouldn't know who to
Exactly.
go to. I wouldn't know. You see all this stuff on social media, good and a lot of bad. And I'd be thinking, I'm terrified. Like, I don't even know, like, who am I meant to trust? Like, who's
Yeah,
doing things correctly? There's no laws, there's no like regulation. Like, how am I
exactly.
meant to know? So I think you're so right in saying like it will put clients at ease as well, because it will show them that those who are practicing are hopefully doing things correctly, and
Yeah,
that they'll know what to look for as well. um
yeah.
so I think it is a really positive thing, definitely. But I
I
think
think people are just a bit I think people are just a bit uncertain just now, aren't they? Because they're not
yeah,
100%
or,
sure what's going to come into place and when it's going to come into place. And obviously, for certain people like myself, there will be things that need done in
yeah,
order to pass that. So I think people are just very uncertain just now, but I'm just kind of waiting to see what happens. I have a rough idea of what's going to come in, so
yeah,
I'm just going to wait and see what happens. Then whatever I need to do, I'll do it.
exactly, simple as that. And the thing is, you've got your business, you've got your trusted client base,
Yeah,
that you're educating yourself, you're doing things by the book, you're getting your clients consent, you're ordering your products correctly.
yeah.
Like you say, as long as you're doing things correctly, regulation shouldn't really phase you.
Exactly. So I think it is a positive thing. I think just now it's just the uncertainty of it all that's getting people.
Yeah. And we can do a part two when the regulations come in and see where
Yes,
we are.
definitely. We can discuss further.
But thank you so much, Ellie, for coming on the podcast today. It's been so, so good speaking. I literally cannot wait to see where your business goes in the next 12 to 24 months. And we can definitely pick this up when the regulations do come in, as and when they do. Could be 5 years down the line, who knows?
Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate the
Oh,
opportunity.
no worries, lovely. All right, you take care. I'll speak to you soon.
Okay. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.
Bye.